Hey, boo boo, hey. Did y'all used to watch the Monique show back in the day? Did y'all used to watch the Monique the talk show? I remember when she had that talk show. Every time she started the show, she came out, hey, and that's when she still had the choir robe arms. Y'all, she had that. She had them arms at the lady at the barbecue that can cook the best pork and beans. You know when she had the sagging skin, and she always had her arms out, and her arms would be flapping like bat wings. Hey, boo boo, hey. I just like the Monique show. I didn't. Thing is, I've never been a huge fan of Monique the comic. I never liked the Parkers. Hell, I ain't like Moesha. I ain't like man. I was always a refined Negro. You know what I mean? The extra hood rat types. Even though I was living amongst them hood rats never really did it for me. So the Parkers was like a hood rat show. I was like, yeah, nah, I'm good. But the Monique show, she used to actually have really good interviews. You know what I mean? She used to talk. Like I remember one time she had a reunion of the Five Heartbeats. She had Eddie Kane in that motherfucker. Man, you know, she's had some really good guests. But I used to DVR that talk show and just fast forward to the interviews because her monologue used to piss me off. Hey! We gonna talk about Monique, the situation, what happened with her son. She's over here talking about, you know, she's talking about him, and you know, she said in the interview initially that I need to I need to lotion my knuckles. Now, how about that? There we go. How about that? Shit, I looked at my knuckles in that screen. God damn. Anyway, um, Monique talked about, you know, wanting to reach out to her son. And so today her son clapped back. And I watched the video, and we're going to play some of the video today. We're going to play mostly all of it. And I want to break it down because y'all know, for those of you who've been watching me for a long time, I got 25 plus years working with children and families. So anytime I see a mom, son, a parent, child dynamic going on, me personally, I like to observe and watch. And that's more recently because I did that shit so long, it fucked my head up to where I had like for real PTSD. But a lot of that PTSD from working in that field is gone now. So I can go back and look at a lot of that stuff. And I enjoy doing it because I like solving problems. So we're going to look at the dynamic between the two. I'm going to pull the cards. I did not find her son's birthday. If anybody knows her son's birthday in the chat, let me know. But either way it goes, I'm going to pull his card based off of his name. That's the beautiful thing about cardology. When I read a card, I don't necessarily have to have your birthday. All I gotta know is your name. And even if I don't know your name, what do you go by? And how you spell what you go by. So if you go by some moniker that isn't you, I can still read your ass based off the name that you chose. Because every name carries an energy and a series and a personality type. Like you ever notice niggas named Damon like to fight? Yeah, nigga, you named the nigga after a demon. Shouts out to everybody named Damon. But y'all some fighting motherfuckers. So yeah, we don't get into that. And before I get all the way into the show, I want to say, you know, happy Black History Month. Tomorrow's Valentine's Day. But right now we are living in Black History Month. And I want to give a shout out to the 5 black presidents, the multiple black presidents that have been suspected to be presidents based on not genealogy, because the white folks like to trick you with the genealogy shit. Based on records of the racial identity of their parents. Dwight Eisenhower, if you ever look up and see a picture of his mom, first off, the nigga's name is Dwight. You know, Dwight is a name for a nigga that's almost white, nigga. So when you look up Eisenhower, I just decided to Google it. Look up. This is a picture of Dwight Eisenhower's mom, right here. Ike. This is mom and his dad. Man, if you don't get that nigga mama's nigga nose out of here, boy. So, President Dwight Eisenhower, President Warren G. Harding, his mom was a Negro, was a mulatto. Abraham Lincoln, mom was a mulatto. And I'm drawing a blank to the rest because I'm high as hell. I was over here reading some of my book. Hamlin, the former vice president, his mom. So yeah, it's Negro that's been going all throughout American history. As Black people, and I will be interviewing Dr. Clyde Winters real soon too, so we can talk about Black American indigenous roots here in America. We got to understand we've been here for a long time, this Black History Month. Yes, some did come from Africa, but a lot of us were already here, and we were identified as American Indians. Understand, there's a difference between the Native American and the American Indian. Pay attention to words. The Native American is the red-skinned person that you see portrayed in movies like Killers of the Flower Moon. And that Osage, those Osage people were the red ones were amalgamated into that group, but that's a whole nother story. But there is a thing called the American Indian. And you can look up and Google an emblem of America, 1828. And if you want to know what the American Indian looks like, Google that for yourself. Or you can look here, right here. This is in the British Museum and all across the world. The American Indian is the copper-colored person discovered, according to Webster. Let me look it up. I'm doing this off the top of my head. I'm just preaching right now on top of my head that I'm getting to the topic. Indian 1828. Here we go. I just Googled this off the top of my head. Go to Webster's Dictionary 1828. And what you'll see here is, and I'm getting to a point, then I'll get to the topic. What you'll see here is what Noah Webster said, the American, a native of America, originally applied to the Aboriginals or copper-colored races found here by the Europeans, but now applied to the descendants of Europeans in America. Before we get into the topic, just understand this. The history is bigger than what they tell us. Don't get so caught up in a history and fighting with your brother and your sister over minor details. Understand the history is bigger than we understand. And to the Hebrew Israelite brother, you have a point. To the Moorish Science Temple person, you have a point. To the atheist, you have a point. To the person that says we came from Africa, you have a point. To the surface, that's the people that says we came from Europe as copper-colored races, you have a point. Look up the Latinos, the original copper-colored small hats that were expelled from Europe to America, the 14 and 1500s. I'm saying that to say before we get into this mess that we about to talk about here, we about to talk about some mess. Minimize your mess and the bullshit with your dogmatic ideologies and steadfastness in how you think the whole world works. It's a whole story we ain't been told. So everybody got a piece to tell. And when people are telling their piece, take a listen. And if it's some bullshit, kick it out. If it sounds good, roll with it. and synthesize that information and harmonize that information with what you know and understand. So that's my Black History portion of the day. I also want to give a shout out to the most marginalized group of people on the planet. I want to give a shout out to ugly people. Y'all are the most marginalized motherfuckers on earth. If you notice, nobody pays attention to what an ugly motherfucker got to say. Only time people pay attention to ugly people is if they got a lot of money or they're a politician with some kind of goddamn influence. You ever notice the ugly people, even as a kid, nigga, the preschoolers bully the ugly kid with gap teeth. God damn. So if you're an ugly motherfucker out there, understand that that's just the way God programmed us, to not listen to what you niggas got to say because you ugly. It ain't personal. You know, find the goodness in your heart and find the good assets about you because it ain't in your teeth. And I want to apologize on the behalf. I don't call myself sexy or pretty, but I ain't ugly. I want to apologize on behalf of the non-ugly people on the planet to you ugly motherfuckers. Especially if you ugly and short. Like if you a nigga and you ugly and you under 5'3", god damn your life was fucked up. I'm sorry. Now, back to what we talking about. I don't have none of my shit pulled up. I'm over here pulling up facts off the top of my head. I ain't got no cards pulled up. I ain't got no videos pulled up. But let me go to Instagram because that's where I saw the video of Monique and her child. No, I reposted it on Facebook. That's what I did. I had put it up on Facebook so I can go back to it. All right. And welcome, chat room. Welcome, chat room. You know, go to DewanB.com and get all your shit. I got my readings. Y'all gonna want some readings too, especially after I do this relationship reading. Just based off of a name, ooh, y'all gonna want some goddamn readings. Go to DewanB.com because that's where you get my Black American Music Family Tree hoodie. Only available for the next couple of weeks. And also go to DewanB.com. Let me just pull my website up and so y'all can see what the fuck I'm talking about. Oh, shit. Come on, Stream Deck. You trying to move slow? Also, I got my 100 years of recorded music history class. I was going to start it on Sunday for the people who've registered already. I'm not going to start the class this Sunday. I had some shit come up. So I cannot start the class Sunday, but I will be starting it the first Sunday in March, all right? Go to DewanB.com, go to courses, and you go to courses, you can go ahead and sign up for the Black American Music Family Tree 100 Years of American Music Recorded. And for those of you who signed up through on Zoom, same link. For those of you who have the Zoom link and this link, they're the same link, but I found it was easier to do it through my website. If you register through the Zoom link, then yeah, same class. But we're not going to start to the first Sunday in February, all right? And you go to breakthroughcards.com from DewanB.com and book your shit. You can go and go to the shop. And this first edition of the Black American Music Family Tree is here through the remainder of the month. And then we will get this thing redesigned and updated, all right? All right, cool. So here we go. We're gonna get into it. We're gonna talk about Monique's son's reply to what she said. For those of you who don't know, let me set the table. Monique was on Club Shay Shay, that weird ass fucking name for a show. She was on Club Shay Shay, and she was talking about, and she admitted, she said, I don't have a good relationship with my son. I'm putting it out there to the universe, and I wish it was better. You can look up the interview. I'm sure all of you have seen the interview by now. So Monique said that, you know, her relationship with her son is basically a work in progress. It's not where she wants it. And she's trusting the universe that it gets better. And when I heard that, I said, okay, you know, I'm the kind of person, I take things for face value. If you tell me that, I'm not going to just be off the top, I don't believe you. I don't understand a lot of you niggas like that. You niggas will ask somebody a direct question and then be like, I don't believe your answer. I'll take what you say and just kind of sit there. I don't disbelieve people. Unless they have proven to be pathological liars. I just kind of take that information and I just kind of sit it over here, you know? So her son came out and he responded. And he's basically saying, that's all a bunch of hogwash and talk. So what I'm going to do is, as I get ready to pull their cards up so I can explain to you, I'm going to explain to you guys through two ways. I'm going to explain it with my, because y'all see it here, I got my companies lined up. I got my companies lined up on my websites. I got two different hats that I wear on the business side. I think my breakthrough side is down. What's up? I have my conventional way that I work with families. Certified relationship coach, life coaching, relationship dynamics. I'm certified. I got my college degree is somewhere on here. Oh, it's on my about. On my about. So I'm going to first approach this from Dewan Brown. I don't know. I think my goddamn this shit moving slow than the motherfucker. Website, man. We're gonna have to get to work over here, brother. God damn, this shit moving slow as hell. What does somebody want to hit me? Here we go. We're gonna approach it from this side, where I talk about it from a more conventional point of view, working with people, and all my goddamn history of working with folks. My degree is supposed to be right there, but fuck it, it ain't there. And then we're gonna approach it from the card side. What is cardology? Cardology is where I detail your personality through your birthday or through your name. And I decode who the fuck you are, and I get down who the fuck to who you really is. So we're going to decode this shit two ways today. And then I'm going to talk a little bit about Shannon and Mike Epps. So yeah, so for those of you who think it's just cardology, boom, nigga. I got the degree too to talk about this shit, all right? So we're going to approach it from both points of view. All right? So first off, we're going to play Monique's son's response to her saying, I just want the universe to get us back together. We about to play his response to that. It's like 3 minutes long. So, yeah, it's 3 minutes long. So, take a listen to this bullshit. I don't want to say bullshit. It's good shit. It's real shit. I don't want to say bullshit. Let me start from the beginning, motherfucker. Come on. Where is it at? See, Facebook be acting like a little hoe when it comes to starting stuff from the beginning. Here we go.
Context into this false narrative about her praying to the universe in order to reconcile our relationship or whatever the hell it is. I wrote it all down so that way I don't go all over the place and get emotional or anything like that. So I'm gonna talk like I'm reading a script, but it's just gonna help me kind of stay together. But to address the Club Shay interview that she did, where she states that she prays to the universe in regards to reconciling our relationship, as I stated, is odd. My mother and I both know that that is a very false narrative, and I would like to free her of having to continue telling that lie. faith without work is dead, and neither one of us cares to put forth any effort to reconcile with the other. We are separate, as she put it, because she doesn't.
I want to start off with that part right there. He said something very real right there. Faith without work is dead. That's some real talk. Parents, people out there, people who in the cards like me. Let me get back on camera for this part. And this goes really double for a lot of you niggas and niggettes who are into spirituality like me. If you're into card reading, astrology, astronomy, or if you're a Christian or a Muslim, whatever your faith is, it be the people who are most in all the goddamn faith that don't be wanting to work shit. Any issue you want to resolve between people, communication, you got to work at it. And resolving communication issues requires direct verbal confrontation. When I say confrontation, I say that with the purest intent of the word confrontation. Confrontation doesn't mean cuss. It doesn't mean fight. It means confront whatever the issue is that's in the between you two. All right? And oftentimes issues are multi-layered. And in the parent-child dynamic, they're supremely layered and they're fine. They're thinly layered, like very, very slicedly fine, like for those of you who are into locks, very thinly, slicedly fine. That's how issues are. That really thin, you can almost see through the sheet. That's how issues come to exist, especially parent and child. Also understand this, parents, you're the leader. Parents are the lead. Yeah. Even if your child's in their 30s, you're still the leader. All right? So, but we'll get deeper into that. But understand that he's hit something on some real shit. You can't just abdicate your responsibilities onto some cards. You can't do that. You can't say I want to get a reading from Dewan and then not do anything. You come to me when you're ready to do something about whatever's going on. I'm very direct with that when it comes to my card readings. Would I like to make all the money in the world? Hell yeah. I would love to have 15 15, 20 bookings a week. I'm getting there, but I would love to have that many bookings, but I would rather have people who come to me when they know they're ready to work on whatever issues they're working on. Because all these years I've been doing this shit, man, this shit it's tiring. It's a lot of work. But like he was saying, whatever issue it is you're facing, you have to be wanting to work on it. And if you know you ain't ready to work on it, nigga, don't call me till you're ready. All right? And that's what he's basically saying to his mom. Like, when you're ready to work on it, you got my number. But let's keep going into it, and then we're going to get into it. I still got to look up his card, his birthday. I'm not his birthday, it's his card of his name.
Care to be my mother any more than I care to be her son. Neither one of us has had the desire to reach out to the other in a very long time, and I don't think that either of us anticipates that feeling ever returning. Speaking with my mother directly, in my experience, will either lead to some odd newfound moment of clarity in regards to how she was as my mother, or she retreats back to daddy to move forward with a conversation. And I'm tired of hearing my mother's truths. Newsflash, I'm not sure if people know, but standing in your truth doesn't make you noble. I'm not sure if people are aware of that. But responding this way, I feel as though it allows me to say my piece uninterrupted. To those wondering, well, why say something now? Call it a form of therapy for me, I suppose. But when her daddy had intentionally stated that they have 3 sons, but his wife is on the internet talking about the 4th son in a video that has millions of views, that rubbed me the wrong way. But anyway, to inform a child that you are not interested in being a mother at a time when that kid is the only kid that has the potential to lead a child to believe that you are not interested in them specifically. But to take it a step further, you also admit, my mother had also admitted to me that she didn't do the best job that she could do, which would also make one begin to question, all of your past decisions and prior emotional interactions. But to be completely honest and fair, those were things that I was willing to get over. Nobody's perfect, we're all human. But my mother showed a clear lack of humility, compassion, and consideration when taking any level of accountability for those things. My mother does a fantastic job of acknowledging a lot of things, but she doesn't take accountability very well, and anything that she may take true accountability for, it's only at her convenience, in my experience. But if I had to guess, though, her interest in being a mother probably.
Hey! I had to stop it real quick. We gonna watch the rest of it. We gonna watch the rest of it. But I had to stop it right there. But we gonna go back and review it. But I couldn't forget this point. He said she likes to acknowledge the problem without doing anything about it. Whoa, shit! That's a major problem in marriages. It's a huge problem in child parent dynamics because it's frustrating. People say, oh, I know I'm not the best husband, I'm not the best wife, I know I'm not the best parent, but I just do that and we can do it and we're gonna come together. Then you get this big ass hug. And then that motherfucker go back to doing exactly what they was doing before that they acknowledge that they was doing, that they know is wrong, and they ain't did shit about it. That'd be the main reason why you motherfuckers break up. That's why I say don't goddamn come unless you're ready to do something about it. And if you get something that's nudging you towards it, and you said, oh, it's too expensive, and that's just a fucking excuse. You got it. Y'all be spending money on bullshit. We all do. I know I do. I just bought some shit the other day. Like, goddamn. I bought a laptop I don't even hardly fucking use. But it is what it is, You gotta be willing to work on your shit if you want to fix a relationship. If you want a relationship to be 100, be willing to not only say, this is what I did wrong, do something, nigga. Like, this ain't about cards. This is just life. The best apology is changed behavior. Let me say that one more time. The best apology, especially when dealing with a family member, unless you stole money from them, is changed behavior. Parents, you can't buy no fucking kid off. You don't know how many hundreds of times I heard in my life working with families, working with kids, and also my years as a basketball coach. Oh my God. You know how many times I've heard a parent say, man, I get them the best shoes, I get them the best clothes, and they don't be listening to me. Look, parents, your kids don't give a fuck about clothes. They like them, especially if your child is like a queen of diamonds or a seven of diamonds. Oh yeah, they'll like them. They'll be like, oh, this is cool. But that ain't what they need. What they need is you. What they need is your presence. What they need is you to be there when you say you're going to be there. What they need is for you to show up at their basketball games. Man, I used to hate when I used to coach basketball. Oh my God. You know how hard it was? You picking kids up. You got a game way the fuck out an hour away. You got to pick up kids. They parents ain't doing shit. They parents ain't doing a motherfucking thing. They parents scratching their ass. Parents ain't doing shit. And I got to pick them up. You got, and y'all parents out there, y'all know, you be having these parents out there, it be one parent picking up 6 goddamn kids. It be one goddamn parent, and y'all got like 5 families in your car. Mom and daddy, I ain't talking about the parents who work. I'm talking about the parents that don't work. The parents that do have time. Because your kids come home, your kids see your schedule. That's what I'm talking about. I remember when I used to coach, man, you be sitting there and parents be talking about something. I bought this many shoes. I took them, I paid for them to. Parents do not understand. I mean, I'm sorry, not parents. Kids do not understand that bullshit. Kids understand mommy was there. Daddy was there. And that's what he understands. Look at this. Look at this. I'm going through my old Facebook. I was looking through some of my days when I used to coach. Some on Facebook. Here's some of the days. Look. This is me and my boys. We was in what tournament was this? I forgot what tournament this was. But all these niggas is grown right now. All my little niggas is grown. God damn. This kid to the right here, Riley, this nigga got an apartment. Look at me back there, cheesing like a motherfucker. Man, I missed him. But those was the days. We used to, man, we had one to turn it. Man, we had so much fun them years. Oh, my cousin Fred. Oh, hey, this is a picture of me in high school on the drums. This is like 11th grade. This is a young, funky ass DeJuan Brown on the drums. Goddamn, these old ass Facebook pictures. Goddamn. Let me stop going down memory lane on this bitch. Shouts out to Kanisha and Roz. Good job, KD, Brandon. Y'all see Larry Ho ass from back in the day? This was Larry before his beard. That nigga look like a bitch, don't he? Not that nigga Larry look like a bitch. Let's get back to Monique. My bad. I'm over here going down memory lane. Let's get back to the rest of Monique's son. Then we're going to read their situation in the cards.
Probably started around the time that she married her daddy and had his children. But that interest, obviously seemed one-sided, and as it should have been. By that time, I'm in my late teens, so to some degree, the the neglect becomes easier to hide or validate, I guess you could say. There are now 2 baby boys in the house, that require attention. But still during that time, however, I still watched her enjoy the love and admiration of total strangers more than my own. To this very day, my mother has never expressed to me when, if...
Hey, that's another one. Parents, kids see that shit. Kids see when you be having more affection and energy for visitors than you do them. Kids see that shit. And a lot of you celebrities be doing this shit too. I've been around a lot of celebrities, like especially back in my days when I was coaching. Oh, when I was coaching, we kept some celebrity, somebody would have their kid on one of our teams. And you would see that shit and you'd be like, man, these niggas is only parents for the gram. And that was back before Instagram. You can't be a parent for the gram. You got to give your children number one priority. If you don't, look, first of all, you ain't got to do shit. You do whatever the fuck you want to do. What I'm saying is this. When I see a child respond this way and there's a fracture in the relationship between a parent and a child, this is a common theme that I hear. Nigga, do you know how many fucking years, like when I dealt with the most fractured parent-child relationships in my years working with families is kids not getting the attention and seeing that parent with their own goddamn eyes give other people more attention than them. That will make a kid, ooh, when that kid become grown, they coming for your ass. I'm telling y'all right now, you parents that give your friends and people more attention than your own fucking kids, when they get in their 20s, when they get in their 30s, unless you do something to make amends for that shit, they coming for your ass. I be getting that shit all the time. Parents be like, their kids be in their 20s, I don't know what's wrong. Nigga, I saw you texting. I had this one kid one time. Stayed over off Western. When I was working with the family, I told the mom, because the mom was always texting. One of my old work war stories, all right? So bear with my war stories from work. I talked to the mom and the child. We're trying to get them to get on some kind of mutual understanding, some kind of mutual ground, right? So I identified one of the primary problems is she doesn't really pay him much attention. So I told her, these are fake names. These aren't the real names. The names have been changed so DeJuan Brown does not violate any HIPAA laws, right? Right? You know what HIPAA is. You work any kind of information. You know, press number 1 if y'all know what the fuck a HIPAA law is. So DeJuan doesn't get hit with any HIPAA lawsuits. I'm going to change the names. So the mom's name was Miss Green, all right? Miss Green, I said, Miss Green, your son, Little Green, said he needs more of your attention. So let's start off 30 minutes a day. No phone for 30 minutes. And then we'll expand it as we move forward. But for the next 4 weeks, as a matter of fact, I brought it down to 2 weeks. I said, can we get 2 weeks where you give little nigga 30 minutes a day of your time with no phone? Mind you, this lady's on Section 8 and she don't work. All right? You know what the kid said? Little nigga said, man, she ain't gonna do it. I was like, little Emmanuel. That's the name I'm giving him. Little Emmanuel. I'm like, just give us 2 weeks. And little Emmanuel says, she ain't gonna do it. He said, she ain't gonna do it because she love her friends more than me. I'm gonna get mad. And then I said, hold on. I said, look, what if she does it and during the time you getting that attention, if you focus back with her and you guys can go 4 out of 7 days a week without having an argument 4 out of 7 days a week, she'll get you a new game. I said, does that work, Miss Green? She said, yes. You'll get a new game if you guys can, if she gives you this attention. That's what it was. I said, she gives this attention at school, you you can't get in you can't like argue with your teacher 3 out of 5 days a week at school. If you get 3 out of 5 days a week with no issues at school, you'll get a new video game. That's how we used to work in mental health before they started pumping these kids full of drugs. We would give temporary rewards, small goals. Small goals. That's how that works. Small goals, incremental goals work, and then you expand them over time. So he said she ain't gonna do it. First off, she ain't gonna sit her phone down for more than 30 minutes because she love her friends more than she loved me. He said, second of all, I'm gonna get the video game anyway. I'm like, nigga. And he's like, yep. Watch my body language. I'm gonna imitate his body language. I'm gonna literally imitate little Emmanuel's body language. He said, she ain't gonna do it. She ain't gonna do it. And like he like in the 7th grade, so he kind of getting a little size on him. 7th, 8th grade. She ain't gonna do it. She love her friends more than me. Then he was like, and I'm gonna get the video game. Cause all I gotta do, and he literally sits back, he puts his hands behind his head, he crosses his legs, and says, and I'm gonna get the video game anyway. Cause all I gotta do is keep talking, and she gonna want to shut me up. And when she shut me up, she gonna give me whatever I want. I was like, well, nothing I can do here. Because he was right. He was in 7th grade, had our whole program down. Mind you, she was on Section 8. This when PlayStation 3 was out. He had a PlayStation 3 and the Xbox 360. And he would get the games on both consoles. He would get shoes in different colorways, all from Raising Hell. Because she wouldn't pay him no attention and shut him up. She would get him wherever the fuck he wanted. So Monique, and to parents like Monique, supposedly, you can't buy children off with things. They're just watching how you move. Okay, mama, okay. Remember, children are natural manipulators. The minute they come out that womb and start crying, the manipulation starts. Matter of fact, in your belly, when they tugging on that umbilical cord, manipulation starts. Children don't have the access to resources. They can't go and get it themselves. So their survival mechanism is manipulation. And if you're a parent that's giving attention, you can cultivate that and you can guide that manipulation into something that's more constructive for them. But if you don't give them that, they'll manipulate you in other ways. So, yeah, there's some key things he's saying. When I heard her talk, and then when I heard him talk, there's some key things I'm hearing from just all these years working with kids that are like raising my antennas, like whoop, 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 whoop. Let's get through this human side, and then we're going to get to the card side. Let's go to it.
Ever, she became interested in me as her son. That did lead me down a path of questioning my self-worth and struggling to understand the value of a mother in a child's life. In the interview, she also states that she gave me an apology, but an apology to a son from a mother that consciously showed no interest in him holds no weight. There are still women to this day that my mother will give credit to for being more of a mother to me than she ever could. Her assistant.
That's some real talk, parents. Some real talk. You can't just apologize. Like, an apology is just the start of a series of actions. And you can't get time back. You can't get time back. But what you can do is build a relationship from now moving forward. And in the now moving forward, you can hear stories from the time you missed and learn and use that time to learn each other. And let me skin. You can do whatever the fuck you want to do. I'm just speaking from the point of view who's helped families solve these issues. I have success stories under my belt. All right. I have success stories. Go to my website. The reviews are there. All right. If you want to win, if you want connection, it requires you to build now moving forward while at the same time being humble and being open, having humility in your and being vulnerable. Parents, you have to be vulnerable to them kids if you want to remend that relationship. Yeah, I was fucked up right there, man. And also parents, and this for you children who want to mend relationship with your parents. The thing you hate about yourself, and I'm going to show you this later on in the cards, the thing you hate about yourself the most is usually a trait or a characteristic that rubs you the wrong way with your parent/child. If you a parent, that thing that rubs you the wrong way, that kid is it. If you're a kid, if it's a thing about yourself, a thing about people that rubs you the wrong way, it's a reflection of one of your parents. The key to solving that is through confrontation. And that doesn't mean fight. That means address it and deal with it. And the way to deal with it, I'm probably giving y'all way too much. I charge $3.50 an hour for this shit. Consider this shit free game for y'all, all right? Because I probably should be putting this whole show up on Patreon. I really should. I might take this shit down and put this shit up on Patreon. I might, because I'm giving you niggas way too much. But sometimes it ain't about the money. There's somebody out there, if it's this one person out there who wants to mend the relationship, this video is for you. I'm not going to take this shit down. I'm keeping this shit up. If there's one person out there who wants to mend the relationship, this video is for you. All right? So, because I don't give a fuck about the money. If somebody emails me, because I be getting emails from y'all sometime and text messages from y'all, not text messages, but emails. And y'all tell me how I said something that helped y'all out. That shit mean the world to me. Because that's why I do this whole shit. All right? I love helping motherfuckers out. And that's also why I started reading cards. Because helping people out without understanding cards, that shit was fucking with my heart too much. But reading these cards, I ain't got to get into all you niggas' issues. I could just find the issues up in these hoes, get to solving and get the fuck out of there. But back to what he was saying, parents, it requires you to be open and be willing to start now moving forward. Learn and be humble and be accepting of the other person's faults. Their faults may remind you of the person you slept with to bring the motherfucker here. But even that's a bank shot. Because, yeah, that child's fault reminds you of their mom or dad, whatever side of the game you on. If you're a woman, the father, if you're a father, a woman. But even that, it was still something in that person that attracted you to them. Yeah, that kid may exhibit, I ain't even got my preaching music on. Why ain't y'all tell me, chat room? Probably because I ain't looking. Yeah, that child might exhibit behaviors from the other parent you don't like, but some attracted you to sleep with them and it was more than their ass cheeks. Either way it goes, if you want healing, you got to deal with the shit. Let's go a little bit further, and then we're going to get into the cards.
My cousin being one of them. Every time, though, that my mother would state that she was right here whenever I was ready, That ideology still blows my mind today, that a person could openly admit to being an uninterested, not put my best foot forward type of parent, and be so self-centered that they still express to the kid, you have to come to me when you're ready. You got to come to me for us to make this right. Okay. But I'm not sure what my mother could possibly think that she has shown me in the past or have for me now that's not money, goodness gracious, that would make me want to come to her, or,
I gotta stop on that
or
part.
whatever.
He said it right there. You saw the way he said it. That's not money. Now, the one thing I can say is, as a child, yeah, the parent probably should be the one that reaches out because, again, you're the parent, you're the leader. Much is given, much is required. It's part of leadership. Part of leadership is doing what's uncomfortable. Part of leadership is doing what's not convenient for you. Part of leadership is doing what is better for the whole than it is yourself. Parents, leader. But still, as a child, it doesn't mean you can't also be one to initiate. Yeah, it should be the parents' lead. It should. But as a child, you can too. But as a parent, if you see the child initiating it, it's on you to lean into it. Open up and embrace it. Because if you put a wall up, if you say something stupid, say something sarcastic, say something dumb, then that kid's wall gonna go right back up and they can go right back into that fucking shell. Gotta be open. Gotta be open. Gotta be there. Somebody said, but he was there to accept the hand and the money. How do you? First off, we don't know if he accepted, and if he did accept all the money, that's why. Why shouldn't he? If he's not getting the thing that he needs the most, love, then yeah, take the money. Why not? I don't see an issue with him taking the money. He wants to love, but if she's offering money, take the fucking money. Niggas got bills. Ain't nothing wrong with that. But parents always got to understand that what they need is you, not the shoes you trying to buy them. And if they take the money, then they take the money. Just understand as a parent, you're not bribing the child. Just because they, look, parents, just because they take the money doesn't, you're doing the money as a bribe. This isn't a court of law. This is your child. Just because they accept the money don't mean they accept the bribe. Capiche? We're talking about healing here. I'm not here to talk about right and wrong. Right and wrong is relative. He's hurt, he has his reasons. Monique's hurt, she has her reasons. Everybody's hurt. And everybody got their reasons for doing what they do. I'm not into what's right and what's wrong. I'm into taking the steps that need to be taken to heal. That's all I'm talking about here. Taking the steps that need to be taken to heal. Because anytime I see a fractured relationship between mom and son, I don't like that, man. You think I spent all them fucking years at Hathaway Sycamores and coaching basketball to see fractured families? Fuck out of here. I love my mom and my dad, nigga. My relationship with my parents is beautiful. I just wish everybody, I thought, honestly, let me tell you how naive I am. I thought people having like a close bond with their mom and their dad was just normal. Like, I grew up with a mom and a dad. Like, some of my friends on the block didn't have a mom there. Like, one of my friends had a dad only, but his mom wasn't there. The other one. But the rest of my friends had mom and dad there. Like, I grew up in the 80s in South Central LA. My mom and my friends that I would see, their dad wasn't there. Their dad would pick them up on the weekends. Like I'd be going down, we be riding bikes, but I can't ride bikes with Jack on Saturday because on Saturday his dad come and get him. We can only ride bikes on Friday and on Sunday night when he get back. So I thought having parents that communicated to you and loved on you and gave you number one attention and priority, I thought this shit was normal. I wasn't into my 20s when I realized that people had really fucked up, fractured homes. So I decided to do something about it. And that's where I put my heart and my soul when it comes to my life and how I've been making my money away from YouTube. So that's what I'm here. I'm here to give my little bullshit ass piece of information, because hopefully we can use the situation between Monique and her son to help somebody else out there. That's what this is about. This is about helping somebody else out there. And I don't have an issue with him going to social media. If you got a parent that ain't listening, why the fuck not? Monique took her issue to social media. So, when people are heartbroken, they do heartbroken things. Heartbroken people don't necessarily act reasonably all the time. That's where compassion comes in, people. That's where having compassion for the next person comes in. That's where having an open heart for the next person comes in. That little nigga heart broke. Monique's heart is broke. Look, Monique would not have mentioned that in her interview had her heart not been broken. I don't think Monique is okay with their relationship being what it is. Monique ain't cool with that. Neither of them are cool. But they're both afraid. And they're both hurt. And when people are hurt, they move in fear. And when you move in fear, you don't make the best decisions. The best decisions come from love. But when a relationship is fractured and the love ain't there, that means you're making decisions out of fear and anxiety, which means you're probably going to make bad decisions. Not all the time, but decisions made out of fear and anxiety don't generally turn out to be good decisions. Y'all hear where I'm coming from? So again, I know there's a lot of new people out there. Y'all used to people coming and doing YouTube and saying, this person's wrong, that person's wrong, I'm right. That ain't me, nigga. I'm here as a fucking person that's been doing this for a long time, trying to help. And again, salute to my chat room. Lori Brown's in there, the cocaine, appreciate y'all. The Carlo, Blackfoot, we got Eve. I saw Eve in here a little earlier. I don't know if you sit up in there. Salute to my mods that are up in here. Herco. And go to my Patreon. Y'all want more content like this, hit the Patreon. Go to patreon.com/DejuanB. Patreon.com/DejuanB. And we're going to have more talks like this. I got my Bigger Than Hip Hop Black American Music Family Tree documentary I'm still filming. Hit up the crowdfunding, all at DejuanB.com. And then also go to patreon.com/DejuanB. Also sign up for my 100 Years of Black American Music History course. I'm changing the start date to the first Sunday in March. But we're going to get it in. And get this Black American Music Family Tree hoodie. This is the last month this edition is on sale. I'm going to take this off. And then we're going to come up with the second edition pretty soon, all right? So, let's finish this part with her son.
That whatever those feelings are supposed to be, a mother is supposed to be the first woman that a boy falls in love with. I loved my mother very much, but my mother loved things more than she loved me, and she would validate her love for me by giving me things and would proceed to call me ungrateful or inconsiderate if said things did not have the desired effect. I couldn't imagine what it's like to be her, though. to ask God for what you want, and then He gives you.
Wow. And that's where I'm ended right there. She loves things more than she loves me. The reason why that strikes such a nerve with me is because, and I've said this before on this show, I've heard so many kids say that, and I've heard so many parents tell me about them things and things. See, we grew up in America. America's very superficial. America got us thinking that things mean something. And this is where Monique's trauma comes into play. Monique was molested as a child, according to her, by her brother. Monique didn't have the best relationship with her family. So Monique didn't get the connection that she needed. And this is what her son has to understand. Your mom wasn't downloaded with the tools necessary to deal and confront, especially you being her first child. And where I'm sure it hurts the young man is, I'm sure he sees his younger siblings getting what he didn't get. What he has to understand is, mom didn't have that when she had you. Look at Monique. This is her card. These are Monique's cards. Queen of Spades, Venus. That tells me that Monique had a mother that no matter what she did, it wasn't good enough. Her mother was hella judgmental. Her mother was on her ass. And she had a father that either wasn't around, if he was around, he was a liar. Jack of Clubs' father. Her father, the men in her life were clubs. They were jacks. They would say one thing. She couldn't trust the men in her life. And she had a mom that she couldn't do enough for, no matter what it was. So Monique had to deal with that dynamic. She wasn't downloaded with the tools necessary to be a good mother. That's something I'm sure with her second set of kids, she got a lot better at. And I'm sure that pisses him off. Because he's like, you're doing all that for them, but you didn't do it for me. He has to understand she didn't have that for you. That wasn't in her tool bag. He has to understand that. I don't have his birthday. So what I did was, these are his cards. What I did was I put in his name, Shalon Jackson. And this is my Aquarius Maximus app. I love her app. But if you don't know how to do this as a cardologer, every letter has a number assigned to it. When you go to the number of a letter, you add that number up. And then whatever that number is the number of the card. There are 52 cards. So if the number of the name goes over 52, you subtract that number by 52. And then if it's still over 52, you subtract it by 52 again. And that's where you get, hold on. I'm live, bitch ass nigga. You want to call into the show? Yeah, hoe ass nigga, call into. I'm reading, but before I get into this read, call into the show before I beat your ass. Yeah, all right, fuck you. All right, that was Larry hoe ass calling me. He didn't know I was live. Well, that's because that nigga jive. Well, I'm gonna keep reading these cards till Larry bitch ass call in, and then we gonna take a break and talk to that weak ass nigga, and then we gonna get back to these cards. But Oh, there he is. What's up, hoe ass nigga? You called right before I got into the cards. I would say good timing, but I don't feel like starting the rhyming. But go ahead.
Why the fuck did I call him for this bullshit?
Because you know, nigga, you know. That's why. You know, you don't want me to call you a hoe.
Oh God, 2 of them in a row. Hey,
shit, that was a rhyme. You didn't do that on purpose. You didn't do that rhyme on purpose.
I did do it on purpose, man.
Fuck.
I'm a calculated genius, boy. Hey, who cards you reading? Who cards you reading?
We talking about Monique and the situation with her. Did you see her son response?
Yep.
Okay, cool. You saw it. That's what we talking about.
Yep.
I want your opinion on her son's response, and then we gonna get into the cards. But I want your opinion on that shit.
That boy sounded like a child that has been neglected most of his life. And I saw a lot of people saying, well, why is he choosing to speak up now? Because that's when the fuck he's choosing to speak up. Like, shut the fuck up. The light is on his mama, and he wants some light, and hurt people. So he sees people riding for his mama, and he wants to let people know what type of mother she was to him.
Hey, that's a good point you made. Hurt people. Mm-hmm. And see, people over here expecting him to act in an optimally fashionable, perfect and done right for the cameras kind of way when the nigga's hurt.
Yeah. And that's why everybody needs to be careful before you get to calling folks out. Make sure your grass is cut and edged up and the bushes are trimmed and all that shit. Because if you call out people and you got some bullshit on you, people gonna call that out. So you gotta be careful.
Speaking of that, you see, DL Hughley was the first nigga to repost that shit.
Hey, man, you know what? I'm tired of these niggas talking about, why we gotta do that to we tearing our own community down. Man, fuck that, nigga. I like shit like this. I like watching shit like this. I don't give a fuck what y'all think. I like watching shit like this because, number one, it's all comedians, dog. Number two, the shit is fucking fun.
Hey, that's the thing about it. I'm glad you brought up that point, Larry. I just had a thought when you said it's all comedians. Nigga, these are literally entertainers. People that say that shit act like these are all world leaders talking. Like, nigga, these ain't politicians. These ain't heads of state. These ain't business folks. These ain't people. These ain't teachers. These ain't motherfucking doctors. These ain't no engineers talking. These are people who are literally here to entertain us. And these niggas is mad that entertainers is... Why entertainers gotta be so negative? Nigga, it's entertainment. Shut the fuck up and be entertained.
Hey, man, the only comedian anybody can vote for is Red Grant. That's the only politician we have in the world of comedy. So if it ain't him, stop treating these comedians like they fucking politicians. They're not. And who's to say? I mean, I know it's pretty far-fetched to think, but who's to say that they ain't behind the scenes? Like, okay, you say this, I'm gonna say this. Okay, you say this, I'm gonna say this. Okay, then we're gonna get this bag. You get your bag your way, I'm gonna get mine, but we're gonna keep this shit up. Who's to say that ain't going down behind the scenes?
Who's to say they ain't running the play? You know? Because that happens all the time. Even here on the internet. I remember when Kwame Brown was having this beef with Charleston White. Him talking a lot about how Charleston White was like always trying to run plays, you know? And this isn't necessarily, what I'm saying isn't necessarily about Charleston White himself, but about how overall a lot of the shit that we see happen in front of us in media and all around this shit is contrived.
You never know. Just sit back and be entertained and laugh and make your little comments and make your little stupid ass recycled jokes that most of you motherfuckers are making. But dog, don't hold these motherfuckers to a higher standard than you hold politicians and world leaders to, because they ain't. They entertainers and they're comedians. They're here to make us laugh. So laugh at the shit and keep on about your day.
Yeah, that's the biggest thing. Like, I'm glad you said that. They're fucking comedians. Like, dude, Shannon Sharpe is a football player. Think about it. They mad at and they mad at more at Shannon when Oprah actually went to school for journalism and her 40 plus years of berating black folks, trying to asking Michael Jackson the most worst fucking question she can ask him to incriminate him. All this shit she doing. She a fucking journalist. Shannon Sharp was a tight end.
Hall of Fame tight end with a lisp. Stop making this nigga seem like, dog, he's not Ed. What's the black dude? He used to be on 60 Minutes. Ed Bradford. He ain't none of them people.
Yeah.
Ed Bradley. Yeah, he
ain't
ain't none
Al
of that, dog.
Roker.
Nah, he's Shannon motherfucking Sharp. Hey man, I'm a bounce. Go ahead and read them cards. Y'all support Dewan. If you see a stupid ass face on a flyer, go to a show, book your readings, buy his merch. Dewan, you have exactly 11 days, bitch. I'm sorry, 10 days.
Man, dog, nigga, I'll knock you out, wake your ass up, and knock your ass out again, hoe ass nigga.
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah, watch. Knuckle up. Matter of fact, I got a show tonight. So I forgot I got a show tonight. What time is this show? Hold on. I gotta be on stage tonight cracking jokes. Let me see. First off, let me see how much they paying. That's gonna decide how much energy I give. Okay. Oh, okay. I ain't gotta be there till 9. I got a couple more hours. We good. I'm glad that whole ass nigga said that. That was Larry. If you in Houston, follow him, Larry_Goodwill. But yeah, Shannon is a fucking football player. I'm probably not gonna get to Shannon and Mike Epps' cards. I'll probably read their cards later. I'm about to change this thumbnail up when I'm done. Matter of fact, I still got the thumbnail up now. I'm gonna change the thumbnail. Monique's son pulls her card. That's what I'm gonna change the thumbnail to when this is over with. But anyway, so let's get back into reading the situation between Monique and her boy. So, I'm going by his name, not his birthday. I don't know his birthday. I looked online. I looked high and wide. I could not find the young man's birthday. I couldn't find. So, what I'm doing is I'm looking him up by his name. And his name is a Queen of Diamonds. So that already tells me that his personality is very Queen of Diamonds-ish. Meaning he's very much so for the show. He's a performer himself. But he's also very critical, self-critical. I'm sure the people around him say he's critical, but he's really critical of himself. That 3 of clubs tells me his relationship with his mom is very argumentative, contentious. He and her can't be in the same room together without arguing. I can just tell right now by their cards. I'm looking at his. Oh, and they're both 5 in communication. She's a 5 of diamonds. She communicates in a 5 of diamonds way. He communicates in the 5 of hearts kind of way. Meaning his heart is emotionally fluctuating all the time. He's always in emotional limbo with her. He doesn't know how to take her. He doesn't know how to talk to her either. I'm sure Monique is very valid in a lot of her frustration towards him, because I can tell by him having a 5 of hearts in his Mercury, he don't know how to talk to her either. Like, and part of that's because of his emotion. It's hard for me to be grounded emotionally. But she don't know how to talk to him either. 5 of diamonds, that means she ridicules him. If it ain't her way, exactly the way Monique wants it, I'm sure she be putting her foot all up in his ass his whole life. His whole life he's had to deal with feeling like he had to be perfect for her to get her attention. He did everything he could do to get her attention, but it was never quite enough. Oh, their combo card is a 6 of hearts. It's Christmas Day. Let me pull up their relationship card. It's a 6 of hearts. December 25th is a 6 of hearts day. Let me pull up a 6 of hearts card spread. This is their relationship dynamic. This is how they are. This here is how. Come on, card. Okay, here we go. This is their relationship card. I wish I had his birthday. No, this isn't it. They don't have a jacket. No, this isn't it. This isn't it. This isn't it. Here we go. This is their relationship card. Here we go. 6 of Hearts. This is their relationship card. This is how they are together. All right? So, the solution to their problems is in that 6 of Diamonds Saturn. Their values are off. They value different things. That's where the issues are. 2 issues. The surface level issue is that Jack of Spades you see in Mars. You see where it says Jack of Spades Mars? Let me put it up here. You see where it says Jack of Spades in Mars? What that means is there are a lot of lies and a lot of broken promises. This is broken promises, Jack of Spades. There's broken promises. Her putting out things, expectations that she didn't quite follow through with. That right there is saying we're going to go to Six Flags this weekend, but not going to Six Flags this weekend. Yes, she may have had to work or do whatever because with Monique, see, look, remember, these are Monique's cards. Monique is a 7 of spades. So for her, work means a lot to her. Them 7s, that spade, that Jupiter, 9 of diamonds in Jupiter, that means she needs things. Things make her happy. She thinks things are going to, what she needs to learn with her, with Monique having a 9 of diamonds in Jupiter, one of her life lessons is learning the fact that things can't make you happy. Life makes you happy. And I'm sure she did not understand that at that time in their relationship. She didn't understand it at that time. She's probably starting to understand that now. She needs to grow more in this 9 of diamonds in her Jupiter. She needs to get more mature in that for this relationship to work. So back to their relationship together, their combination, following through with what they say, with whatever somebody says they got to do. And then they have a difference in value, 6 of diamonds in Saturn. His values are more, I wish I knew his real card, but his values are more tangible. Wanting her to be who she say she is. Wanting her to be there like she says she's going to be there. Her value is stuff. Toys, gifts. The Pluto to that relationship is 10 of diamonds. Oh, shit. 10 of diamonds and Pluto. That lets me know the underlying issue to their relationship really is attention. Pluto's what's underneath it all. And 10 of diamonds needs attention. Master of it, like center of the spread, has to get a lot of attention. And the Pluto card to their relationship is 10 of diamonds. That means the attention. He's not getting the attention and didn't get the attention from her that he felt he needs. But look at here. Look at the lesson to their relationship. It's an Ace of Hearts. And the moon is an Ace of Diamonds. Them having an Ace of Diamonds moon tells me that they can have a new beginning, but it'll be extremely rough. If they chose to mend things, they'd have to totally humble themselves, humble all expectations, let go of the expectations of the past, and start with where they are now moving forward. That will be the solution I would recommend if I had them together. Man, if anybody know Monique and her son, shit, I had them back to kicking it within months. Tell Monique y'all niggas be listening to me out there. Be all kind of fucking celebrities out there listening. I gotta tell Monique, man, hit me up. And hit her son up. We'll get y'all right. You just gotta be willing to let go of shit. Transform. And approach it, Ace of Hearts, cosmic lesson. Approach it new. With a renewed sense. Approach it new. Renewed. Be fresh. Man, Monique, if you don't hit me up, if you want Monique, let me tell you right now, you don't know me from Adam. I'm sorry for the jokes I had earlier. Well, I'm not sorry because it was funny as fuck. When I was talking about the hey, that was just fun. I used to love that show. Hit me up, Monique, if you want this shit fixed. And any of y'all, shit, hit me up. I like doing this. This is my pleasure. This is my profession. When I'm not on YouTube talking to y'all, this is the fuck I'm doing. Yeah, Big Ghost Grady, I saw the different birthdays. I'm not sure what birthday is his. That's why I use a birthday. I used his name. I'm not sure which birthday is his. I'm about to get up out of here, but yeah, I'm trying to line. Speaking of people knowing, I got a call yesterday. I got a call yesterday from my man David Lucas. David, you in some shit, boy. That joke you said about George Floyd, that was a little bit much, brother. But pretty soon we gonna talk about it. We gonna. But he had hit me up. He was like, somebody. I'm not even gonna mention the celebrity. I don't want to say celebrity. Somebody with a really big YouTube platform. He was like, yo, they heard that me and you was gonna do an interview. I'm like, man, how the fuck? I kind of mentioned me and you talking a couple weeks ago. I ain't tell my audience, man, you might do it. Anyway, I'm trying to get David on here so he can. I want to hear what nigga got to say about that George Floyd joke. And then, because, yeah, we got to talk about that. So, if not tomorrow, sometime later on this week, I'm going to get David on here. And then we're going to get some more interviews going. Look up the interview I have now with AJ Sanders. I got a lot of another dope. Sign up for the Patreon. Patreon.com/DejuanB. Mods, if you are in here, put that down in the chat. Patreon.com/DejuanB. Choose your membership. You got the live interview lounge. That's for the people who want to be part of the interview lounge. And if you're in the live interview lounge, I'm going to moderate you over here. Hit me up if you're in the live. If you're already part of the live, the exclusive lounge, because some of my interviews, for the ones that go directly to YouTube, I'll make the exclusive lounge members automatic moderators, so I know when y'all talking. For those who are on the exclusive lounge and up, I'll make y'all mods in the live chat. And then my cardiology reading circle. You want regular readings? A lot of people like coming to me like once a month for readings. There's reading circles for you. You know, you can get a monthly reading, and then if you want an additional reading, it'll be half off. And we'll also have regular meetups for the people in the cardiology circle. Fund the documentary by being a documentary insider. I need some documentary insiders level 2. You know, your work is going to help push the series forward. We piecing this documentary together, man. As y'all donate, we putting it together. We putting it together, man. We making this shit ragging and tagging it. You dig? I got a lot going on. Music history, cardiology, working with families. And for my married couples out there, I got a few married couples that we got this. I got some dope ass married couples I'm working with that came to me. We got this. Y'all got this. It's the reason why y'all came. And I'm so happy and proud of y'all for putting in the work. And also for the families that have hit me up about, a couple of y'all hit me up wanting to mend relationships with family members and you want to know how to do it, come in for a session with me. And then, because whoever it is with, they're going to have to be one to be willing to. And then if I have package deals for people who want to do sessions. I don't need all fucking year to do it. Just a few, 3 sessions. Then from there, take it and see how we go. And we fixing this thing. We putting things together. We bringing families back together. Because in 2024, this is 8 of Hearts here. This is Find Your Tribe season. This is come together and learning who's not your tribe and sometimes breaking it apart. All right? But I appreciate y'all. Everybody on YouTube, everybody on Twitter, everybody on Twitch, everybody on Facebook. I appreciate y'all. And I want y'all to remember this. There are no perfect messengers. Only perfect messages for those willing to pick up the game. My name is Dewan. Man, let's bring families together. Let's bring people together, all right? Ain't no relationship too far past broken when it's mom and dad, when it's parents and parent-child. But divorces happen, nothing wrong with that. But parent-child, there's no parent-child dynamic that's too difficult to fix. It just requires, it could be some. But if both parties are willing to give 100% effort, like Monique's son said, not just say and admit to what's wrong, but be willing to do something about it. When both parties are willing to do something about it and commit from there moving forward, it could happen, all right? Thank y'all for listening. And remember this, there are no perfect messengers, only perfect messages for those willing to pick up the game. I'm out.